Been working in the garage most of the day. Starting to actually look like a shop. So I moved. My saw was over here. I moved it over there. The idea, because I'm actually going to fold it up when I'm not using it. It folds up. This is basically a dolly, and it folds up. The legs fold in, and it takes up like a 3-foot square. So I'll fold it up when I'm not using it, put it over there. My table saw also folds up, so I can park it over there. My jaw horse folds up, and as you can see, it takes up very little room when it's folded up. Which, side note, I've only used this thing twice, and regular price was like $120. I got it on clearance for $60. It's worth every penny. That thing is awesome. Wish I had gotten one years ago. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. So, anyway, the whole idea is I gotta get stuff more compact because we're gonna be cleaning up this mess. I know that's a ton of crap. A lot of that's actually Christmas stuff that just never got put away. But all this has got to get cleaned out. Those cabinets got to come down. The shelf is coming down, which means I have to get rid of all this wood. Not sure exactly what I'm doing with all of that yet. This is what I just built. This took up actually quite a bit. This is almost a full, it's a little over half of a 4x8 sheet of plywood. So that took up a good chunk of what I had up there. So I got to get that down. I'm going to rip that out, rip all that out, and I'm going to be putting a wall up here. There'll be a door right here to where we'll actually have a separate laundry room. And I'm going to build floor to ceiling. And by ceiling, I mean I'm putting a new shelf in that's going to be almost the same height as that one. So basically the ceiling in the laundry room will be just to the top of the washer dryer. And so I'm getting my storage space back. It's actually going to be extended out about another 3 feet right here. So the wall will be right there where that fire extinguisher is coming out. So I'll actually have more storage when that's said and done. And then I'll have shelves that go from the floor up to the top of that. So basically I have to get more room to be able to do that. This armoire, I got to get it dug out and get rid of it. The fish tanks I'm keeping, I just don't know what I'm doing with them yet. But anyway, here's what the video is about. Just finished this. I had to pick up a new vacuum. The one I had died on me a few days ago. It sucked up a piece of plastic. I didn't realize I didn't have a filter on it. So it sucked up a piece of plastic that got in the motor. Pulled the plastic out, but it would run, but it was overheating, so I had to replace it. This, even though I'm not a fan of Craftsman, I got it at dirt cheap. It was half off. They're normally $100. This one was $50. It was actually $59. So it's actually not a bad deal. What I did do, these come with 8 foot of hose. As you can see, I made a splice and I kept the old hose. So now I have 16 feet of hose. And I was able to build this cabinet to get the vacuum up off the ground, which freed up a lot of space. As you can see, it's like it's a 2x2 square is what this vacuum was taking up. The other vacuum was actually a little bit bigger than this too. So by getting that put up there, I have room down here for other stuff, and it actually freed up a lot of space. Here's a cool thing that I thought about. So I gotta have a lip here to keep it from being able to be, slide and fall off the edge. But to get it out, because you do have to take it out to empty it, so I put spring-loaded hinges, so when you close it, it snaps into place, holds itself up, but you can pull it down. Now there's no lip, and you can easily slide it out. So I unfortunately did not have screws that were the right size, So yes, the screws do stick through. I've got a... I'm going to attempt to cut these down, or at least grind the points off of them. So that's the only screws I used on this, or these that hold the hinges on, plus the screws that hold it to the wall. It is into 2 studs, and also into the ceiling. Is that the rafter? Or beam, or whatever you want to call it. So it's in 1 there, and 2 going like this way. So it should be pretty sturdy. Of course, the on and off button is way up there at the top, so I'm going to put a electrical outlet in the corner up there, run a wire down, and have a light switch right here, and then that will run over to my outlet that's right there, so that I can just flip my switch here and turn it off and on without actually climbing up there. Right now I've got it hooked up to that surge protector. I don't know what that surge protector is rated at. It's just a cheap one, so it's probably going to be overloaded when I'm running a saw and the vacuum. So I'm not going to do that. What I'll put my switch up in the top for the vacuum, and I'll probably put another switch down here or underneath it or something that I can plug my saws into, and then I will have that ran straight to the outlet, because I want to be able to flip the switch and have the vacuum come on at the same time the saw has got power, because I don't leave the saw, if I'm not using it, I don't leave it on. So right now I've been unplugging it, but it'd be nice just to be able to flip a switch to where there's no power to the saw, and if the switch is on, the vacuum would be on, so I would know that the power was still going to the saw. So it's just a safety thing. But yeah, it's starting to come together. And my air compressor over here is actually going to get a new home right there. I'm going to build out a cabinet right here. It's going to basically be, so there's the rail for the door, garage door. So it's going to be right up against that and drop down to, it might just be just a tad bit below this cabinet. I haven't actually measured to see what that is. But this is 20, it's like 25 inches front to back, and the air compressor is only going to be 14. So that's actually the board that I've got that I'm going to use for the bottom on that cabinet, the bottom and the sides. I haven't picked out what I want to use for the back of that cabinet. But yeah, so there'll be another cabinet here with the air compressor. I do have a hose reel that I'll be installing maybe underneath here, I think. So that will get the air compressor up out of the way. So it's actually finally, we've been here 3 years, it's gonna finally start looking like a shop instead of a crap pile. We just need storage space. I mean, that's what it comes down to. I mean, you see, I've got, I think that one's full of tools. This one's got tools and junk. And then a ton of Christmas stuff. There's a little bit of Halloween stuff in the back, and there's more tools in the back there. So, it looks like a big pile of junk. It's actually stuff we need to keep. I just don't have anywhere to put it. So, that is what we did today. And we also did a crap ton of laundry. So, I feel like we actually got quite a bit done. And I finished my shelf. I already posted a video on that, so go check that out. Bye.